All right, what's up, guys? Rob and Slim Show. We are back. This
We're
is going
back.
to be the last segment of the day. We're calling
Dumbest
our
guys.
dumbest guys in the world. We're calling our buddy Mike, a good friend of ours, who he just been at Comic-Con, and he's also just a really cool guy in general. We're
Yeah.
probably going to talk a lot of geeky stuff and nerdy things. So if you're not into like geeky nerdy things, you probably should keep listening.
Nah.
Good evening.
Michael, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen?
What's up, man?
Just chilling, my
Hey.
man.
Slim, I wouldn't worry about your dating profile. Just right on there, you got a lot of money and a gigantic penis, and you'll be fine. You'll be swimming in bitches in seconds.
That'll be your middle name, bitches. Slim Bitches McGillicuddy.
What you've been watching? You've been watching the show, man?
Yeah, I've been watching most of the night.
What do you think?
You guys are pretty fucking funny, man. I gotta admit, I found myself having to watch the fucking stream because you guys are pretty fucking funny.
Cool, man. That's good. Positive.
Yeah, buddy.
What you went to Comic-Con, right, Mike?
Yeah, buddy. I was there almost this Saturday. Will be 2 weeks. It was the 11th.
Okay. That's cool.
Shit, I really wanted to go to that. I just didn't know when it was. You know?
I've always wanted to go to one. I've just never gotten around, and the money and the travel and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've always wanted to go
That's
to one.
totally understandable. It usually what happens is the New York one, the tickets will go on sale in June, and it's always in October. Now, it's usually like the second or third weekend of October at the Javits Center.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
those tickets, the last year, they had like a weird debacle with the tickets, and they were on sale, and then they weren't on sale, and just lucky to get a ticket last time. So this time I'm coming prepared to get for next year, that's for sure.
Now,
Yeah.
do you always dress up for Comic-Con, and did you dress up for it this year?
This was the first year I actually did go in costume. I wanted to the first couple of years, and I just never got around to it. But this year I actually did go in costume.
What were you dressed as?
Oh, wow! I did a Slim.
Oh no, did you spill beer on your laptop?
Just a real little bit.
Uh-oh, we got a situation here.
It's all right.
You didn't get any on
Oh,
the keyboard,
geez.
right? The
No,
keyboard's fuck if you get
keyboard's fine.
If there's a spark, you better jump. So I did go to Comic-Con in costume this year, and I went, believe it or not, as Mario, but not regular Mario. I went as the rendition from the Super Mario Brothers Super Show from the 80s that Captain Albano did.
Nice. That was the
Yeah.
best.
Pro wrestler guy. He was
Yeah.
That was him.
That show did rock. I love
It was a
that.
great show for the 80s, man.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think I watched it every day after school, man. That's awesome.
Man, Mario's he's like the Mickey Mouse of video games.
Move closer
you know?
to your mic.
He really is.
All right, what did it say?
Yeah, I lost what I was gonna say.
So, what were some of the interesting things you saw at Comic-Con? What was your favorite thing at Comic-Con?
There's almost way too much to see in one day at this place, because what they do is the Javits Center is, first off, a humongous and fantastic facility.
Yeah.
And there's just so much there. It's just unbelievable, because everywhere you look, there's something new to see. I mean, the main show floor is basically humongous, and it's got all sorts of things. This year they had the Capcom booth Capcom had a Resident Evil Revelations 2 demo set up. They had 10 TVs set up where you can, go to play the demo for that game that's coming up. I want to say probably early next year sometime it's coming out.
Nice.
But, and then they got Square Enix has got a booth, and they got all sorts of stuff you can see, and of course, there's lots of vendors there that got tons of comics. Of course, there's comics.
Yeah.
And there's just we went and saw they had a giant booth that had mostly Lord of the Rings stuff, and they had a gigantic head of Smog that you can actually see the eye open, and it was just fantastic. And they had the Pale Orc set up there as
Yeah.
well. It looked fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you, Mike. Did you ever hear of a guy named Jason Starr? We have him on in a couple weeks. He's it says he writes for DC Comics and Wolverine Max and Punisher Max.
No, the name sounds familiar, but I can't place it off the top of my head. But
Okay.
I have to check that out. I haven't really read the Max comics. Some of them are. I've heard that the Punisher Max comics are pretty insane.
Cool.
I can only imagine because when they put Max on there, those comics are usually over the top, kind of violent and gruesome.
Oh wow.
And yeah, like they have Deadpool Max, and I know the Punisher Max, and those comics are supposed to be, they're like not for anyone under the age of 17 type material.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know. Like, I found him on Twitter like a week or two ago, and he's got like 18,000 followers. And you know, I messaged him. I'm like, I know we're not that big, but would you do an interview? And he's like, definitely. So I'm excited.
Oh, that's
for that.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
man.
question: how were the slave layers this year?
Oh, you know what? There wasn't that many. You would think there'd be a lot of them, but there was only a couple, and one worth noting. That was about it.
That's great.
Yeah. There was actually so many Deadpools that they decided to do a conga line around the main show floor.
Right.
There was about 15 to 20 of them that were in a conga line and did it around the entire show floor.
That's
So
amazing.
That was really funny. Did you spend a lot of money?
oh yeah, I spent more money than I probably should have there.
Yeah, that's what I would have did too.
Oh yeah, you go there with a budget, and then you see all the stuff that they have there, and you're just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm only here once a year.
What did you buy? You buy like a lot of toys, comic books.
I bought several things. I mean, the amount of stuff that I bought, Slim, I wouldn't worry about you trying to say that you're like a nerd.
Right.
All right.
I should take pictures of my room. I got so much shit in there.
Remember you had that
I
terrible
spent
Captain
I
America.
spent
Right.
What's that, Mike?
like $100 just on Blu-rays for one anime. So yeah,
Wow.
What anime?
Kill la Kill actually.
I have no clue what that is.
It's pretty recent. It just ended in in the middle of 2013. So it's one of the more newer ones of like Attack on Titan and Sword Art Online. Those are all pretty new ones.
I've heard Attack on Titan is really
Yeah, I watched a few of that. That shit's good.
good. Oh yeah, a lot of people are telling me to check that out.
I started
That
watching.
one's really good.
I started watching Space Dandy a couple of months ago.
Oh
and
yeah, I
it
wanted
was-
to check
yeah.
that out. How is that?
And it was kind of like a mixture between like Cowboy Bebop and Fooly Cooley. It was like the
yeah,
bastard
that's what
child
it looked
between those
like.
two.
Like
Yeah.
something like a little bizarre that I would be
Yeah, it
fucking
was-
into, man.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one, but I really kind of want to get into that one. That's another one I want to watch.
It's
Yeah.
I definitely recommend it. Definitely take
Yeah.
it.
I saw it was on Swim, but it's on Saturdays. That's one of the nights I work, so I never get to check it out.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. Yeah, eventually, I'll probably get it on DVD if I can. So
Yeah.
no worries. I got no problem lending it to people.
Yeah.
Now you said you bought the series you bought was in Blu-ray. Does anime look better in Blu-ray?
Yeah, I always wondered that.
Well, it depends.
The answer is no. You just think it's better to buy something that's more expensive.
I've been told yes by some. I've been told yes by certain people.
Believe it or not, the Blu-ray wasn't that much more expensive than the DVD. I mean, when you're
Gotcha.
spending $50 on a disc, the $5 difference is not going to make that much more. I'd much rather have a newer, more standardized format, I guess.
Right, I gotcha.
Szechuan Pepper on Twitter says Kill la Kill is amazing. You guys should
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, Kill la Kill is crazy. It's the same guys who did Gurren Lagann. I don't know how much anime you guys watch. I watch far too much of it.
I've kind of been out of the loop with it.
Yeah. Since like Full Metal Alchemist, I've seen the original. I never got into Brotherhood, but
Yeah.
I watched that, and like I said, I've watched a little Attack on Titan.
I can say about Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood like follows the comics closely,
Yeah.
and it's a better storyline. However, the animation is kind of poor in it.
I
and
thought I've tried a couple times. I just thought the dialogue and shit, it just wasn't as good.
Yeah, the dialogue was very weak the way they did it, but the storyline is actually a lot more. I thought it was better. But like I said, exactly like you said, the dialogue was weak. The
I
soundtrack was terrible. The animation was kind of. I thought they kind of like rushed.
Yeah,
it, you know what I mean.
That's why I've tried watching a few, and I just could not get into it. I loved the first one. I couldn't get enough of the first one.
The kid that played Edward, his voice cracked, so they couldn't use him anymore.
It's a different kid, yeah. Because I know I'm friends with that kid. I'm friends with Aaron Dismuke, who did the original voice of Edward. Or Alphonse, I'm sorry, Alphonse. And yeah, they had to use an entirely different kid.
Oh, you know that?
Yeah, I was way into anime for a while. I have a lot of the shit, but yeah, I could not give Brotherhood a chance.
Yeah.
I tried. I couldn't watch it.
I would highly recommend to anybody who kind of likes anime and kind of wants to get into it. Attack on Titan is probably the best way to do it. Because Attack on Titan is just. It's just I can't wait for the second season of that one.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I saw the DVDs at one of the stores, and like a week later it was gone, and they never got it back in. I was like, fuck, I wanted to buy that. I just didn't have the money at the time.
I hear you. Well, that one's actually really popular, so chances are it'll be making its rounds.
Yeah, maybe I'll try Amazon too.
Yeah,
I'm sure
that's one I want to get a hold of as well.
Yeah,
but I spent. Oh, jeez. I spent way too much at Comic-Con. There's just way too much to see there. It's insane. The amount of comics, the amount of video games, the movies. I mean, saw Sergeant Slaughter.
Wow.
Yeah. I saw Honky Tonk Man. Yeah. Xena was there. Lucy Lawless.
Wow.
I didn't get to see her. Yeah, to get a picture with her was like $100 or something like that. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm not paying $100 to see, you know?
Exactly. Fuck that. Shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's just way too much stuff there, and not enough time to see it all in. And I went on the Saturday because it's got, you can get 4 days. It's there for 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I went on Saturday, and had I known that Carl Urban, you guys know who Carl Urban is?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know I've heard the name, but
he was Dredd actually.
Okay, yes,
Dredd.
yes, I know who Carl. Yeah, and he was in Red.
He was there on Thursday and Friday, and he was signing autographs and doing pictures. And had I known that he was going to be there only on Friday, I would have thought twice about getting a Friday ticket because Dredd was fantastic.
Right?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I love that movie. A lot of people won't watch it because the other Judge Dredd movie was just god awful and unwatchable at all. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that
There's a lot of people that would stone you for saying that, though.
No, I think there's a lot of people that hate that movie. But the new one, Dredd, it's a shame it didn't. I don't think it did that well. And they were going to make a sequel if it did good, but apparently it didn't do well. So I don't think they're really planning anything else with it.
Here's the thing with that is myself and my brother are both real big fans of this new Dredd movie, and we've been following it. And like the day or two before Comic-Con, they had this thing. It was called the Day of Dread, and what they wanted people to do was to stream it, buy it, do whatever, just to try and promote it. And it rose to like number 5 or 6 on the movie chart for Amazon in the U.S., and it was number 1 in the U.K. on that day. So it sold a ridiculous amount of Blu-rays when it came to essentially cassette, home theaters, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So they're actually in the process of trying to get a sequel made for it, which will be fantastic.
That's cool.
I'm interested in the next Star Trek movie that's coming out. I liked how they did them. A lot of people didn't like it.
They were great.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the shows, but these movies were pretty good in their own way.
Yeah, fucking dope.
You know what I found? Those movies are fantastic. Star Trek and Into Darkness. Those movies are fantastic, but I've noticed that people who are just way too into the TV show don't like these new movies because they're just too actiony, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. I like the reboot. I loved the action. The second one was like, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Sometimes it was just one after another. It was fucking great, man.
I really hope they do the. I really hope they do the Borg. I've always just wanted to see Captain Kirk fight the Borg.
I didn't watch any other series either. I only watched the original one with Shatner and shit. But I never watched the other ones, Deep Space Nine or whatever the fuck else there was.
That's all.
You're not really missing much besides the original, the Next Generation, and that's about it. Those are the only really good ones.
I didn't watch Next Generation either. I just couldn't get into it. I have no idea.
You know what? It's a lot slower. The Next Generation is a lot slower than the other ones. You know?
Yeah. And then that dude had that fucking hairband on his eyes. What was that?
Oh yeah,
Lamar.
He was supposed to be like blind or something.
The tap dancing guy.
Oh yeah, Geordie LaForge.
Georgie was the Reading Rainbow guy.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of what he was fucking on.
From Reading
Yeah.
Yep.
I always thought.
Take a look. It's in a book.
I always thought the
Reading
Klingon
Rainbow.
guy was cool in it. Worf.
Oh, the guy with the chicken, the rotisserie chickens, like skeleton on his head. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck was that, bro? They got wacky on that show.
Yeah, they just
and the funny thing about those was, in the original Star Trek series, there was a Klingon, and it was completely different than what the Klingons look like in the Next Generation.
Like
and they asked them about that, and they're like, "You don't want to know."
Puerto Ricans, that's back then. That's what they thought were like the aliens and shit. That was like back in like the 40s when all you needed to be like, fit on a movie was just to be tan. Like the guy would have a beer gut, but he would be tan, so he'd be like the strong guy in the fucking movie and shit. That's how they did it, man. It's like Puerto Ricans, they're fucking aliens. Shit.
It was actually, if I went to Comic-Con, I'd go as one of the old style Klingons.
Puerto Ricans.
I think that'd be funny.
I'd go as a...
Oh, that would be hilarious. There'd be so many people that would hate you, probably. Whatever.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Mike one more thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you have like a big toy collection?
Collectibles.
Collectibles.
I would say it's sizable. At this point, I would say it's pretty sizable.
Yeah.
I was collecting the Marvel Universe figures, the little 3.75-inch figures.
Right. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I really like those.
They are cool.
Yeah, I like the
and
Marvel
then they stopped
Legends
doing them
too.
for the movie tie-ins. So I'm not even worried about those.
Right. Huh.
And I was getting some of the Legends figures, which are the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And those you can't get anymore, and I only really have like one series of them. And I tried collecting some of the other ones, but I just said, forget this. There's just way too much going on.
It gets expensive, man. I know.
Oh yeah.
Collected over the years. Especially, like, I know Transformers, they love to just make different color ones. Like, they call them the repaints.
Oh, yeah.
They just come out with the same guys in different colors. And for a while, I was buying every one. I was like, fuck this. I can't do this shit anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Some of the Transformers, especially now. Have you seen some of the, like, Master Series Transformers?
They're amazing.
They're like, yeah, oh my god, they're incredible. I wanted to get the Grimlock one, because Grimlock is, like, my favorite Transformer.
Yeah.
And, that was like $150, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. That's like even some of the originals, the Generation 1s, they go for thousands of dollars, man.
Dude, you need to go to Level Up. I don't know if you've been to Level Up.
No, Thomas, I think Thomas telling me about that. I think that's the one he was telling me about.
Yeah, Level Up, they got a lot, and they got an original Soundwave with all his cassettes and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Holy shit.
Sick.
That's awesome.
But those,
the original
Soundwave
in Japan was actually a working fucking Walkman. It had headphones and everything. It's so cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Oh, those are awesome. I remember all of those. They were just fantastic.
They were
Who would have guessed that freaking 25 years later they'd be worth this much money?
Right? Exactly, man.
All right, Mike.
This colored piece of plastic that fold up.
Ow!
Mike, thanks for talking with us. We appreciate it. We're actually going to wrap up the show. I don't know if you have any projects you want to promote or anything.
Me, I just want to. The only thing I am currently very livid about, I guess you could say, is don't let them revoke the net neutrality. because if they revoke net neutrality, Comcast, Verizon, all of them, they'll be able to do and say what they want. $300 cell phone bills for nothing.
Yeah, I've heard that.
$500 TV bills. It's insane. Don't let them allow the fucking companies to revoke net neutrality. That's all I gotta say.
We might have to have you on another time to explain that, because I've tried and I just don't get the whole net neutrality thing.
Is there any petitions that we could like sign or be a part of for that?
I have one, but I don't know where it is. I'd have to dig for it. I have to get back to you guys on that. I definitely would not mind coming back on and promoting that.
Okay.
Awesome. Dude.
All right, Mike. Thanks for talking with us.
Thanks, guys, for letting me come on here and be part of the show.
Thank you,
no
brother.
Problem, man. Take care, buddy.
Hey, guys, you have a good night.
You too, brother.
You too.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, guys, that's the end of our show. Once again, you can check us out. We're Rob and Slim on Twitter. We're on Ustream every Wednesday night. This week we started like 5:30, but we're usually going to start around 6:30 to about this time. Sometimes we'll go later. Usually we shoot to wrap it up by 10. Follow us on Facebook. Check out, I put all of my interview clips up, our interview clips up on YouTube. Check them out. Give them some likes. Whatever you guys can do helps. And what I want to do right now, we talked to Peter Mayhit earlier, and he told us he was in a band, and
Ooh.
I found one of his songs. So
yeah,
even though it's 7 minutes, I'm going to play it for you guys. And take care. See you next week.
See ya.
Thank you. How's the balance?